Okay. We're gonna look at the graphing just like we did yesterday. We're gonna look at graphing y equals ax squared, but we're gonna do it with tables of values. But first, I want to take care of some key words, key ideas, core concepts with the words. So the first thing is quadratic function. A quadratic function is a nonlinear, meaning not a straight line, a nonlinear function that can be written in standard form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We've already seen that. These are called quadratic functions. That's it. That's the only thing. Okay. The graphs of quadratic functions are called parabolas, and they look like U shapes. So the graphs of the quadratics of a quadratic function, or for quadratic functions, they're called parabolas. So those are the key terms for this. And we're going to talk about the characteristics of a quadratic function. What do they look like? How do we talk about them? That's what we're going to look at next. So make sure you have that copied down, and then we're going to move on. So first, I'm going to draw my x and y axes. You should draw this too. So I have x there, the vertical one going up and down, that's y. And we're going to draw a parabola. However, we're going to draw it in two colors. Green, half of it's going to be green, and then the other half is going to be red. So there we go. There's a reason why I'm doing that. We talked about this yesterday. The point, either the highest or the lowest point, depending on whether the parabola is opening upwards or downwards, is called the vertex. So this is the vertex. We wrote that down yesterday, but that's what we have here. So that point, highest or lowest point, vertex. We also talked about the line in the middle. If we cut this in half, this side is mirrored. It's almost the same as that side. This is called the axis of symmetry. So the dotted line in the middle is called the axis of symmetry. So we have that. And on the red part, I mean, even though I have this arrow pointing upwards, if I move from left to right, like if I'm on my function, say there's like a little dude on my function, he's just hanging out. He's walking down. If he's going from left to right, then he would be moving downwards. Yeah? Yeah, he'd be moving downwards. That's called decreasing. So for the red part, it's decreasing. The function is decreasing because I'm starting, when I move left to right, always moving left to right. From left to right, the red part is decreasing. That's why I did it in red. The way that we say this is it's decreasing for what x values, and the x values are on the x-axis. In fact, we're decreasing all the way. Remember, it goes all the way up forever, but we're decreasing this whole entire time. So for any x value over here, our function is decreasing. What does that mean? So any spot over here, the x value is decreasing. I mean, the function is decreasing. So decreasing for any x value that's less than 0. Any x value that's less than 0. Because this x value is 0. And then over on the right side, we are increasing because we're from left to right, we're going upwards. So that's called increasing. And then for which x values are you increasing? Well, anything that's above x equals 0. So increasing for x greater than 0. Right? We'll take a look at another example for that. I think we can just stop there. I'm gonna actually do an example. So it's decreasing from left to right if you're going downwards, increasing from left to right if you're going upwards. The axis of symmetry is in the middle. The vertex is also a point in the middle. So let's take a look at another example. You are going to have to draw this. So this is example 1. I want you to draw this as close as you can to get the same picture because it's important. It says identify the characteristics of the graph of each quadratic. So I'm going to write down all this information. I'm going to write it down. So identify the characteristics. Well, what did I do here? Okay, so increasing, decreasing, increasing. These are my answers. Maybe I'll do it in red. I will do it in red, okay? It's what I want to do. So this is what I want to take a look at. Increasing and decreasing. Where is this function increasing or decreasing? I'll do this in green. Increasing. That means you're going upwards from left to right. So here I'm going down, so that's decreasing. Here is upwards. Ooh. And the way we write it, remember, it's for some x values. Okay, so we're increasing from left to right. Look at that. We're increasing. For what x values? Well, I just like trace. It's like a shadow on this graph. If I went over here, well, I'd be decreasing, so that doesn't work. But from here onwards, I'm increasing. I'm going upwards. So that means, what are the x values? Well, this has an x value of 1, 2. So from 2 onwards, my function is increasing. So from 2 onwards, I just take the middle, and wherever it's going upwards, then I continue on from there. So we're increasing for x greater than 2. So we're increasing for x greater than 2. That means we're decreasing, remember, from the middle. Well, that's this side. What are the x values for that side? Well, that's from here backwards. And that's just for x less than 2. There we go. X less than 2. So, and this means less than. So hopefully that makes sense. Increasing and decreasing. Remember, you're using x values for that. For the vertex. Where is the vertex? Well, I know it's right there. So I have to find the ordered pair for that. The vertex, well, for the x, this is the x position. This is the y position. So for the x, we have, what, 1, 2. I have to go 1, 2. Remember, you start there to count the ordered pair. And then I have to go down 1, 2, 3. So that's negative 3. So the vertex is at 2, negative 3. And then the axis of symmetry. Well, I can draw that easily. I know it's there. But how do I write this down? Well, the axis of symmetry is always just x equals the x-coordinate of the vertex. So this is x equals 2. And that's how you draw. That's how you write the equation for that dotted line. Axis of symmetry is x equals 2. And that's because it crosses the x-axis at 2. Because the middle line for the parabola crosses the x-axis at 2. So that's how you identify the characteristics. These 4 things. That's what I want you to do. Next, we're going to look at graphing. So that's in the next video.